Have you ever wondered why it's so hard to stand out from your competition? It's no wonder in this day and age of mergers and acquisitions, new firms moving into your marketplace, and flat out disruption of certain business models that it's harder than ever to differentiate ourselves from our competition. Have you ever wondered why it's so difficult, if not impossible, to get to the real decision makers? I know you've been in a presentation before where you just know that that selection committee sitting across the table is just there to suss out the information and make a recommendation to another decision maker. Let's call them the hidden decision maker that's not even in the room. And finally, have you ever wondered why it's so painful when you lose those projects that you just know should be yours? They'd be crazy to pick anyone but you. You're the experts. You have the relationship. You've done that type of project for that client for years, but yet you just lost that opportunity. You see, I believe that when it's harder than ever for AEC firms to differentiate themselves from their competition, they begin to lose the projects they just know should be theirs, and they slide towards commoditization and eventually irrelevance. So it's up to you to make it easier for your prospects to choose you by positioning yourself as the clear choice for the right projects at the right fees. But you have to understand that what it takes to win the room is not what it took you to get there. You have to accept the fact that there are no more high fives for making the short list. Making the short list simply means that 20 or 30 firms responded to the RFP, and the selection committee narrowed it down to 5 firms that look the same, sound the same, and act the same. They can't tell the difference, so now they have a short list. Now, I know that many of you have gone into a room thinking that I have to win the hearts and souls of that selection committee that's sitting across the table from me. But what you're missing out on is the fact that your real prospect is the human brain. This 3-pound organ is 2% of your body weight. It uses 20% of your energy. It's incredibly complex. It's incredibly powerful, but it's also very predictable, and it works in a very predictable manner. We know that the brain processes information in a certain way. It starts down here in the limbic part of the brain and moves all the way up to the neocortex, where we do our high-level thinking. Our brain makes very quick decisions. Not necessarily good decisions, but quick decisions, and there's an emotional context to every decision that we make. Remember, you've probably heard that buying decisions are based on emotion. So remember, what it takes to win the room is not what it took you to get there. So you have to be able to win the brain so that you can carry the room and eventually close the deal.